Hello and welcome to Reviews. Um, oh, Heroes in Crisis. I was going to do this book last night, but I felt like I needed a day to really, to sleep on it. Um, and now my bird's going nuts. This is why I usually film at night when he's settled down. But this week has been, we had Hex Wives, we had Man Eaters. You know, it's like a trifecta of stuff going on. Um, but I had to get those two out of the way first. And Heroes in Crisis. Eh, yeah, I read it last night. I was going to do a video, but I'm like, I need to sleep on this. Um, One thing is with these cardstock covers, when they do this kind of glossy, you see this white here where the page shows up? And you see the pages, it doesn't quite cover that. That's a little nitpick. If this cover was like a very dark black, it would really be noticeable, and I can't really blame the comic for that. That's more of a printing issue than anything. But yeah, I can't really fault that, but it does annoy me. And oh yeah, forgive my hands. You're going to see them; they're all torn up here. Um, this cold, we've had this record-breaking cold. It has just destroyed my skin, and I don't know if you have this problem. Um, I have trouble buying lotion. When I go grocery shopping, I'm putting this stuff in my cart. I always feel weird when I buy lotion. It wasn't so bad when my ex, and I lived together, because there's obviously items in there that were not for me, and I could just slip it in there. But when I'm at the grocery store and I'm buying lotion and the cashier scans it through, I always think that they're thinking something. It's like, no, it's really my hands are drying. Yeah, that's just maybe a little thing I need to get over. Maybe I need to go to Sanctuary to get over that. uh, anyway, it's just, so I apologize for my torn up hands. They're cracked and bleeding, and yeah, it's lovely. So anyway, about this book is amazing. I mean, really, I turned the page and it was just like, my jaw dropped. That was the art. The art is fantastic. I've said that since the beginning. The writing, uh, uh, no. Um, so as you know, we got the whole murder thing going on. We start with Booster Gold, obviously going through PTSD. With his he always sees the smudge on his goggles, and we get this awesome two-page spread of Beetle and Booster, Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, two characters whom I love. I've mentioned before, I loved JLI. My favorite version of Justice League was JLI. um, because everyone always thinks of the Bwahaha days. They actually did a lot of serious stuff, and these two characters used to be competent. And yeah, sometimes in JLA they were goofy, but some people are competent but still goofy. Um, this they For some reason they want Booster to be the dumbass, and while Booster is not like as smart as Beetle, he's not stupid. Um, and so we get the stupid thing where, of course, Booster is accused of possibly killing all the people at Sanctuary, and we'll come back to that. And so Beetle breaks them out, and they're trying to come up with their plan. Here is their plan. Um, yeah, but what if the better idea is the same idea? Um, Basically, the dumbest move is that Booster says, "We'll go see Barry at his lab. He'll have all the clues by now." Okay, fine. That's talk to him and say, "Hey, what's going on?" And then we'll knock him out, steal the clues, solve the mystery. What would Batman do? What? So, it's even pointed out, it's the dumbest move, but they're the smartest people, so they won't see it coming. They'll never think of the dumbest move, but I will. I just did. Celebration here. Dude, I know. What? Okay, fine. If Booster's dumb enough to come up with an idea like that, Beetle is not stupid enough to go along with it. That is, remember, Booster is on the run because he's a suspect in these murders. So why would you go and attack Flash? And let's be honest, Flash is out of Booster's league, no pun intended. Um, that's the thing about super speed. Um, Flash should be like out of everybody's league for that reason. But yeah, this is a dumb idea. And the thing is, they actually go through with it. uh, so here we have Commander Steel. I always mix up Commander Steel, Citizen Steel, talking about dying over and over. And okay, fine, that's fair enough. But it's also when he's talking about dying over and over, and he's one of the victims, just makes it seem like he'll come back. And this is what I mean. The art in this book is great. We got Batman coming up here. He's got Skeets with him. He's checked Skeets. And there's a bit of dialogue here that, normally I don't watch other people's videos before I do one of my videos because I don't want to be influenced. I only watch them afterward. But I almost didn't mention this part because Zach mentioned it. But it's something really obvious in the dialogue here where Babs is talking. It's a new way, right here. But I already put together this whole system back at my place. Got it configured at my place. If I could just get a second with Skeets at my place on this rig, we may find. He doesn't even know that. That might help. Find Booster. It's so awkward. And Zach covered this, and I almost didn't point this out. But I felt I had to because, in a different way. Sorry, there goes my bird. He's not getting attention. This reminds me of Frank Miller in All-Star Batman and Robin when they do the whole Dick Grayson, age 12. And they kept repeating that. But this comes off as someone who is obviously lying. Like, yeah, I got a thing at my place. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, we'll go back. At my place. At my place. It almost seems like Batman should be able to see through Batgirl. We find out she's obviously lying. She's lying to Batman. There goes that whole trust thing, right? Yeah, it's this bit of dialogue. I'm like, what? Now Babs is smart. Remember, Booster, he's not the smartest. But he's not the dumbest. By the way, where are they at? That Batman's just walking down floating stairs. I imagine this is supposed to be in the Batcave because we do see this monitors later, but does Batman just have floating steps in lighted mist? What is going on here? I mean, it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but anyway, Booster, he's played extra dumb. Babs, who is super smart, is played dumb. Beetle, who is smart, is played dumb. It's like King is bringing everyone down to his level. So anyway, Babs has this idea that she's going to find out where Booster and Beetle are by checking Skeets, and when Batman says fine, Bat goes fine, really cool, that's cool, thank you Batman, you rock. Which Batgirl is this? I am so confused now about the DC Universe timeline because we see they mentioned Blackest Night. They mentioned various things that happened before Flashpoint. So we know that we know they've been working in the continuity and working things together. I'm not quite sure what is all in continuity because remember Booster, he had a really good solo series where he was kind of like guardian of the time stream. Think of like Quantum Leap, or if you're old enough, the show Voyagers, where had to go back in time and fix things and correct them. It was a great premise. Booster was a great character for it, and he had to play dumb, so no one would suspect him. And at some point along the line, everyone's just kind of said, "No, Booster's dumb. He's just stupid. He's just a jock." And Babs is super smart. She was Oracle. Okay, and even when she wasn't Oracle, she was competent. She was smart, and I admit I've dropped out of the Batgirl series a long time ago. But thinking about getting the newest one, but they were out at my comic shop, and but yeah, here he is. That's cool. Thank you, Batman. You rock. She's starting to even look like the Batgirl from All Star Batman and Robin. which was badly written, but it was entertaining in how bad it was, in the so bad it's good way. I always wanted them to finish that series because, you know, it was entertaining. It was. This is just bad in a entertaining way. So, she asks Batman, why he's not going to this press conference that Superman's going to give. He just says, "I'm Batman. I don't do press." I mean, fine, fine. Stupid. So then we have Superman, Clark, and Lois. Having Clark is having an existential crisis about writing this speech. I'll skip that. More of the therapy sessions here. This one is Solstice, and okay, fine. And we get to Batgirl's place, and Skate says, you keep your system here. I did. And so she starts questioning him a little bit. It must be the lighting, but her mask is kind of green. um, and so she says, but I guess the question is, am I good? Maybe. I don't know. I try to be, but I don't think she tries at all. Batgirl, you're good. Okay, you're not the edgy hero. And she's trying to do good cop, bad cop with, of course, Harley being the bad cop. And this is a great page. Get a little bit of side boob here. More things that people complain about, but no, I'm just kidding. I love this costume, and this is a great looking page. But it brings me up to a problem I have with this book. And yeah, here, I mean, this art is fantastic. So we have Flash working in his lab. Is he working at the police station? Where exactly is his lab? That in open windows, he just moves around with super speed, and Booster just busts in through the window, and even Flash says, "What is wrong with you?" Yeah, exactly. What is wrong with him? Instead of saying, hey, come talk. I got let's look at this together. Let's work this out. Um, Flash tells him, "Don't move," and Booster says, "I won't if you won't." Flash like, "What?" And Booster sucker punches him basically with his energy blast. And it worked. Ted, it effing worked. I mean, you took down the Flash. I understand that. But Booster, you've taken down people before. You're not helping your case. Why are you being so stupid? And then, the ad here just kind of looks like it's continuing on with that. One other thing here is we got the Protector. If you didn't know, there was a New Teen Titans PSA comic that went out in the 80s, and it was anti-drugs. And I want to say Wonder Bread was involved with it, maybe? I don't know. Maybe it was sponsored by someone. But because they drew it, and of course Robin, Dick Grayson Robin, was the lead of the Titans at that time. Because of licensing deals, they couldn't have him in the comics. So they basically just colored over him and drew a mask on and just called him the Protector. And that's pretty much, I think, all he's ever appeared in. And so, we get this little thing, where he's talking about, I'm against drugs. That's kind of what I do. Or all I do, really. It's kind of a meta thing because that's really all he was for. He's just a recolored Robin. And I took a lot of drugs while I was saying that stuff. I was doing a lot of other stuff. That was the opposite of what I was saying. Okay, there's been a lot of celebrities, that do that whole, don't do drugs. It was really big in the 80s. We had Madonna was one of them, and there goes my bird, sorry. But, a lot of these musicians were doing drugs. So instead of going, that's actually kind of interesting. Instead they turn it into a joke. You could have taken this character that was all anti-drug, but it turned out he was just as bad as Arsenal, if not worse. But he was, I almost flipped the page. He was living the double life, basically, trying to be clean, trying to say, stay clean, but he wasn't clean. Yeah, I know this has been kind of done with Arsenal, but you could have done some story potential right here. Instead, turn it into a joke. Just a joke. And then the rest of the book is Superman's speech, and it's interspersed with well, I'll come to that in a second, because here we have Booster and Beetle examining the evidence. So why when you have Flash and Batman, two more forensic experts, I understand they're Booster and Beetle looking for something they may have missed. Why don't you offer to help? I mean, come on, even Batman or Flash says, Booster has experience with 23rd century technology. He can help with this. And that turns out to be, I won't give it away, but it turns out to be a key. Again, why are stupid? This is a stupid idea. And the fact that it turns out to work is even dumber. Um, but yeah, the rest of the book is Superman giving his speech and with various characters of the DCU getting showcased in various um, panels, which was basically, I get the idea of we want to have him give this speech. We're going to stretch it out, but how do we fill these pages? How do we fill these pages up? We get cool panels. I mean, we get cool Adam Strange here, and the speech is a problem because imagine you lived in the DC universe and you see people like Superman, you see people like um, Doomsday or whatever. Maybe not Doomsday. Let's just pick another villain. Let's pick Captain Cold. And these are people who police have therapists. They do have they go into therapy. If a cop shoots someone, they usually they get put to the desk time. They get taken out so that they can deal with the trauma of what they dealt with. And Superman's given a speech about or he's explaining what sanctuary is and um, that you may see us as being lesser for going to therapy. No. No, I'm sure the people in the DC universe would be thrilled to know that there is a place that the superheroes can go. Um, Characters who can cause so much mass destruction that they can go and get therapy, that they can talk about their problems, deal with issues from what they've encountered. I think that would actually set the citizens' minds at ease. But, let's think about this. I know they used advanced Kryptonian technology, high butters. You had to come up. Um, and, it was somehow Wonder Woman's compassion and helped with that. Um, but, hi, I have a question here. Trained psychologist. I mean, seriously, think about this. This place that is built to help superheroes and villains, just let's not talk about that for a minute. That's a whole other can of worms because people would be like, do you just let these villains leave? These people that commit crimes, they come in, they talk, and you just let them leave instead of, well, we have to because it's confidentiality. No, they're criminals. You should let them just leave. But this whole thing, your people are getting therapy from a system that was designed by Batman. Think about that for a second. Think about that. That's one of the problems I have with the idea of sanctuary. Um, no real therapists, other than just robots. Um, that could create jobs. Have therapists actually dealing with superheroes. Um, even the Marvel Universe has Doc Samson, who is actually a hero, and there's some great bits in X Factor and Peter David's run about that. But my last problem, and because I can't go too much farther, but I wanted to show this off. Um, so we have some of the banter between Batgirl and Harley Quinn, um, where Harley says, you worry too much, girl Bat. I won't kill him. I'll just murder him. That's that's the same thing, Harl. What? Really? No. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Superheroing. I tell you learn something new every day. Anyone see this red flag? Anyone? This comes up several times where Harley uses another word like massacre. That's still killing her. You are investigating a murder. Okay, I know you're trying to get down to the bottom of it. Harley Quinn is one of the two primary suspects. And she keeps talking about killing people. Batgirl, you're not Stupid. I know we're doing this whole sisterhood thing, trust in one another, that we saw in the last issue, but this doesn't raise any red flags at all. At all, really. This is the part that actually pissed me off because we're making characters dumber than they should be. I mean, what's next? Is Mr. Terrific going to be, stuck on like a crossword puzzle? Oh, King, what is up with you? Uh, this book, sorry, Butters. Oh, at least with these pages, they slide out really easy from underneath her, really easily. This book is dumb. It's again, half the book is Superman's speech, which is, keep believing in us, people. Therapy doesn't make us weaker. No. And I think most people will agree with that now. Maybe 20, 30 years ago, where, oh, I got to talk to my therapist. Oh, that's just new age leftist stuff. No, no one looks down at therapy. I've been in therapy myself. And, and I understand how much good it can do. Even if it's just talking to someone who's, you know, in, who can be objective, who can be non-biased. And, and that's a problem with a lot of the books now is we have all the, uh, people, you go girl, let's validate each other. No, sometimes you need that. You need someone to step away that can be removed and look at things at the big picture. Most people in the world, in the country, I don't know about the world, but let's look at America. They agree with that. Therapy does not have the stigma it used to be. And I think a lot of people in the DC universe would be happy, would be relieved to know that the people in flying costumes can, get therapy and, talk to someone. And, hopefully, it's someone trained, someone with experience, someone who is educated. Not robots, not Batman, not robots, that Batman had. I know they're Kryptonian robots, and I know Batman pretty much designed the system, but still, that's that's like Brother Eye level stuff. This book is freaking, ah, it's a murder mystery, and we have Booster who is being dumber than a box of rocks. Who goes in to attacks Barry. I almost said Wally there. Attacks Barry, to get the evidence. Never mind the fact that busting through the window of a lab with forensic equipment around that this could contaminate the evidence. Booster, I'm sure Beetle knows what a clean room is. He would have told you not to do this. And this is your idea? And then and then Batgirl teaming up with Harley, who keeps talking that she's going to murder Brewster. But anyway, there is a twist in this, a little thing. I won't give it away. And yeah, this book is stupid. You know, I actually thought that I would like this better than Hex Wives. I'll be honest, the newest issue of Hex Wives was actually better than this. Um, at least people were acting in character, and that's the worst part um, about this. Is I don't know how it fits into the DC universe anymore. We have um, references to Blackest Night, but then we have characters acting like they just started yesterday. We have Batgirl pining for Batman's approval, and when he shows trust in her, she's surprised. And the worst part about that is we've already seen that earlier on in the New 52. This is why I need Butters. You need to pet her. Now calm me down. Look at that. Look at that happy face. Anyway, this book is garbage. It's no. I gotta pop the art. The art is beautiful. This is unfortunately, there's so much wasted with these little static pages here where we have people just talking to the camera, but the layouts and there's an energy. The action things are just full of energy, and even like we have Harley just standing here. She's got her mallet, and just it looks like she's tense. She is about to swing. I mean, you can feel it. She's thick. Um, she's in a classic costume. I love that costume. Yeah, this art is good, and even the background stuff. Like being at the playground. Which why at the playground? Why are they doing this to poor Skeets? Um, but yeah, it's great to. He is wasted. Who I keep forgetting who is doing the art in this book. I'm not going to dig for it. Who is that man? Yeah, man, wasted on this book. This book, the art is amazing, um, but the writing is. I don't know. I like Tom King's Omega Men. I thought that was great. Um, willing to touch in on subjects that I don't want to say controversial, but a little bit darker. And this is like it's trying to, but what is this book saying? Anyway, 25 minutes. I can't believe I've talked about this book for 25 minutes. That's how angry it gets me. So, 3 o'clock. And really, it's the art that's saving this book. 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock. The writing is garbage. If this had a less competent penciler or artist, it would be much, much lower. And really, I'm sticking around because this is the only way I can get Booster and, especially now we have Booster and Beetle back. Oh, anyway, how many of these videos end with me sighing? Oh, anyway, thanks for watching. Got more. Probably get another video up later today because we got a bunch of stuff this week. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.